Hi there, my name is Courtney. Do you like bugs? Well, I do, and I have some really cool bugs for us to meet. All right, let's go check them out. So first up, we have a mealworm. Mealworms are a type of insect, and you might be able to see that he has 3 legs on this side and 3 legs on the other side. Mealworms are actually a type of larva, which means they're a baby, and they go through a really big change called metamorphosis. So after the larva stage, they go into the pupa stage, and when they come out of their pupa, they will be an adult darkling beetle. Now, I don't have a darkling beetle with me today, but I have something pretty similar, so let's check that out next. Most millipedes have anywhere from 80 to 100 legs, and the longest millipede in the world has about 750 legs. When they're born, they only have 3 of these segments that you can see and 2 legs on each segment, but as they grow, they get longer and longer and grow more legs. Last, but definitely not least, we have the Madagascar hissing cockroach. Now, they don't actually make a hissing sound with their mouth, but what they're doing is puffing their bodies up with air and pushing it out through tiny holes in their back called their spiracles, and that makes the hissing sound. If we listen carefully, he might do it for us. Oh, there he goes. Can you guys try your hissing sound? Wow, weren't they so cool? Well, I actually have a book here about animals that eat bugs. It's called Bugs for Lunch. So, if you're ready, show me your best praying mantis or your best butterfly. And let's get ready for the story. Bugs for Lunch by Marjorie Facklum and illustrated by Sylvia Long. If your lunch was a bug, who could you be? Maybe a nuthatch at work in a tree. Or maybe a spider trapping a fly. Or a bat catching bugs as it cruises the sky. You might be a gecko. Or maybe a mouse, eating the insects in somebody's house. You might be a shrew, not just eating lunch, but snacking all day on bugs by the bunch. You could be a toad, zapping a fly with the flip of the tongue in the blink of an eye. Or maybe a mantis ready to prey on any size insect that happens its way. You might be a trout at home in a brook, looking for insects that aren't on a hook. You could be a bear searching for honey, but finding that bees taste just as yummy. Or maybe an aardvark whose tongue, long and sticky, slurps termites and ants that others think icky. You could be a plant that can't chase a fly, but just sits and waits for its food to drop by. If your lunch was a bug, you might just be you, munching on insects as some people do. So here at Maymont, we actually have some animals that do eat bugs. We have chickens, we have ducks, and one of my favorites is the flying squirrel. Let's go meet my friend Squirt and watch her eat a mealworm for us. Since we just met a flying squirrel, I wanted to make a little flying squirrel craft. So here we have our squirrel hiding in a tree. And to make this craft, you will need some colorful paper, scissors, a cardboard tube, a glue stick, some colored pencils, and a picture of a squirrel. So first, we are going to take our tube and we're just going to cut some slits in the top of it. And these are going to be our branches. Next, we need to make our hole in the tree so we have a place for our squirrel to live. So you can just take your tube and kind of pinch one side of it and cut kind of a diamond shape into it. Okay, so now our tree needs some leaves. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut out some basic leaf shapes from our paper. And you're just gonna take your glue stick and put a little bit of glue on your leaves and stick them to the inside of your branch. So now we need to put our squirrel inside. So I'm just gonna put some glue on the back here. I've already colored my squirrel brown because I kind of wanted it to look like Squirt. And just put it inside of your tree. And now your squirrel has a nice place to live. Now, if you want to get really creative, you can make a whole squirrel habitat, kind of like I did here. And I have a rotting log here so that my squirrel has a place to look underneath and find worms to eat. And of course, it always helps if you have some friends to come play. We hope you had so much fun today learning about bugs and flying squirrels. We'll see you next time.